Chit, 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 yeah. You already know it's your boy Joe. Back at it again, CodingPhase.com. Your boy is back and I done did it again one more time. What's really good, guys? How you guys doing? Hope you guys is doing great today. I'm doing okay. Been feeling a little bit sick since last night. I don't know why, but it is what it is. That's life. So what you guys is up to, man? Hope you guys is doing great, man. For real, for real. I'm just here enjoying some time off. Then in a few minutes after this live stream, we are gonna hop on the final touches for the Shopify theme development course. Last night I stood up all night preparing for the new course, which is gonna be about app development in Shopify. Hopefully you guys are ready for that. If you guys haven't bought the Shopify bundle, guys, you should buy it straight up, because it's like literally I'm adding everything that you need to become a Shopify developer. Everything from theme development to app development. It's a complete bundle. You have everything from HTML, CSS, JavaScript, SAS, Liquid, again, theme development with Shopify. And then now we're also adding a bonus, another course, which is going to be for the app development. Now, I'm still in the air to see how we should build it, if we should build it with Node.js or we should build it with PHP Laravel. Either way is a good way to do it. And yeah, we're still working, we're still grinding. Hopefully you guys enjoy that course. And yeah, man, that's what I'm up to. Okay? I'm out here in beautiful, sunny ass Florida. Okay, good old Florida. And yeah, man, let me see what's good. How you guys doing, man? Make sure you come in here, say what up on the chat. If you're watching me, there's 29 people. I'm only seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 people out of 31 people. Listen, when you come into the live stream, make sure you come in and say what up. Say, hey, man, I'm here. So we know exactly who actually made it to the live stream. The Generalist, hi, what up? Dunamis Bachus, what up? Who else is in here? Eric Williams, who else? S. Reed, Yamamoto-san. Let's see, Alex Katsanos, Luis Raza. Oh no, Luis Piazza. Cynthia, what up? Smooth to Smooth, Beat of Ike, Isaac, Malay 3000. You know, that's the male version of the Lisa 3000. You know, they pass him around. You know what I mean? When y'all girls, when y'all need some company, we pass around Malay 3000. Let me see. Supercell Vlogs. Check your Instagram on official now. What's good? I'm gonna check it out later. What we talking about today? My boy Omar Suriel, he's in Florida. I believe by now he should be in Florida. I'm gonna hit him up, see where he at, see if we could link up, and we could chill for a little bit. Hopefully he's good. He had a situation where his cousin passed away, and he had to come down to Florida. Him and his other cousin. So I'm gonna see if I could link up with him. Okay. Oh, by the way, for those of you guys that remember Dreaded Dev, I don't know, somebody sent me a GoFundMe that I guess he created. Things are not going so good for him. I'm gonna see, maybe I'll do another video, specifically talking about him and how we can see if we could get the community to help him out. It seems like he lost his job, around December, got laid off, and he don't have a car, and I guess he don't have a place to live or something like that. So I want to help him out. I like the kid. I always told you guys from the beginning, that's why I support him. I like freaking the Dreaded Dev. He's a good kid. We had some little misunderstandings, right? And but that doesn't mean that I didn't like him. I always liked the kid, you know. I don't know why he switched up on me for no reason, but at the end of the day, you know, I still want to support him, you know, because that could be me. You know what I mean? Like I could be in a situation where, God forbid, you know, I lose everything, lose my job, lose my company, and I'm in the streets or something like that, and you know, I will hope that at least one of you guys will donate $1 and be like, damn, Joe helped us out. Joe gave us some motivation or whatever it could be. And if I'm in the streets and you see me in the streets, I don't have a car, I don't have nothing. I'm like, damn, I get to a point where I'm creating a GoFundMe. I will hope that some of you guys will support me, you know. So not to be like, oh, here's some money, let's make Joe rich or something. No, but you know, if like somebody's in a desperate situation, and you know, and we can help them out, we're gonna help them out, you know. Um, Django, what up, what up, what up? Man, it's the wolf. I don't know who's that. Let me see. Hey Joe, here from Ecuador. How's my people from Ecuador? ¿Cómo están? Toda la gente que sabe en español, qué lo que, qué lo que, qué lo que, qué lo que. Ustedes saben que lo que. Yo, coding face otra vez. Wolf is Ramsey. Ramsey, yeah. The generalist says, I'm new. Could you somewhat explain your $1 course? It's not really $1. You get $1. You get a 3-day trial where you could try out CodingPhase.com. It's $20 per month. You get access to all of the courses, all of the programming courses, pretty much everything that you need to become a developer. I go over that, and it's like a series of courses. Like we got over 54 courses. So, like let's say somebody comes in and wants to become a developer, they can become a developer by learning all of these different skills. And instead of you having to go to Udemy and buying each course at $10, $20, right? You go in and you basically sign up for a subscription, and from there on, you get access to all the courses. So in reality, when you think about it, like you could do like 4 or 5 courses per month. Um, and if you divide that, you know, for $20, that's like what you're paying $2.50 per course. You're saving a lot of money. Okay. And at the same time, every single month we add new courses to it. So it's like it's a great subscription. How I'm doing? I'm good. I'm doing great, man. You know, I woke up a little bit sick. I don't know why. Maybe it was because I've been sleeping late. I need to get my sleeping in order. I need to start going to sleep at 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. Because it's, the kids wake up so early, It's like I can't be going to sleep at 4 o'clock in the morning like how I am doing right now. And then the kids waking up at 7 o'clock in the morning. Like it's not working out. It's like I'm getting 3 hours of sleep every single day. Let me see. I don't know about no Siraj Raval. I don't know. Some people say that he does like machine learning or something like that, I think. But I don't know. I don't know about any of those guys. Let me see. What else? Hey, Joe, I'm doing the Shopify theme course, but how difficult is to get your themes accepted into Shopify store or other stores? So for the Shopify store, it's a little bit more difficult because you just gotta submit it multiple times, right? Like they're gonna tell you exactly like what's wrong with your theme. Every single time that you submit it, they come back. It's just like Google AdSense. So they'll tell you, hey, this is wrong here. You should do better documentation for this. Your theme is loading too slow, right? There's already themes that look like this. Like for example, let's say somebody comes in and says, I'm gonna create a Shopify theme, but then they're copying the same style that somebody already created on Shopify. They're gonna call you out on it and be like, somebody already has something like this, very similar to this one. So what you have to do is go in there and edit it and fix the things until they accept it. Now, Theme Forest is easier to sell your theme, and at the same time, there's certain things that you got to go through with Theme Forest, like let's say for example, if you only want to sell to Theme Forest, you're gonna get a higher percentage of your profits. If you're selling it in multiple places and not as an exclusive to Theme Forest, then you're gonna get paid less. That's how they work. Let's see. Da-da-da. Let's see. Any other questions? Let's talk about it, man. Anything you guys want to talk about? I got time today, cuz. Let's talk about it. Let me see if I can set myself up before I bust my ass in this hammock. Let's see. Let's see. How can I get in here with one? I usually get in the hammock with two hands. Let me see if I could do it with one hand. Okay. Okay. Here we go. So let's talk about it, kids. Any questions? Anything you guys want to talk about? This is my time off, so we could definitely talk. Let's see. How much vanilla JavaScript should we know? You should be comfortable with the programming language, right? And then from there, you should be able to manipulate the DOM. Once you feel comfortable with that, and you don't have to be an expert. You know, sometimes people think like you got to be an expert to be a JavaScript developer, and all of that takes time. But if you're able to manipulate the DOM, you're able to work with Ajax. You understand how to work with JSON data. You understand how to work with APIs. Like, what's the process, right? You know, that's pretty much it. You know, and because once you understand how to manipulate the DOM, then you're good. Let's see. I tried to send an email about the mentorship, but I keep getting bounced back. Are you sending it to codingphase@gmail.com? That's where you need to send it. Also, too, I haven't decided on who I'm gonna pick for the mentorship program yet. We're getting there. I'm going over everybody's emails. You get what I'm saying? Like, I want to give everybody an opportunity. Like, I don't want to rush it to choose somebody. I'm like putting everybody on a list of the people that I feel like they could be part of it. And then from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to email every single one of them and tell them, hey, just to find out a little bit more about them, because I want to make sure that whoever I pick, they understand that they have to work and take, you know, either the courses or do the projects at minimum 3 hours per week. Not per week, sorry, per day. So 3 hours per day minimum, every single day. And weekends, they got to do 5 hours, right? That's just how it is, because I'm not planning on having somebody who's doing this shit part-time. Like, if I'm gonna choose somebody that I'm gonna mentor and I'm gonna make sure that they get a job and they get to succeed in this industry, I want to make sure that somebody that really wants it, because those are the people that succeed. The people that see the, you know, the shiny things, be like, oh, it will be nice to get 100,000, or it will be nice to get a job with benefits, or this and that, right? Like, if you're chasing just the good things about it and you don't understand that it takes work, I don't want to choose you, because you're gonna take this shit as a hobby. I don't want nobody taking this as a hobby. I need somebody that's like, yo, I would like to get hired tomorrow, right? So if you have that mindset and you're like, man, I want to get hired tomorrow, then you're gonna put in the work. If you're thinking about it, well, I have time. I could do this after the summer, or I could do this by early next year. I don't want you to be a mentee, because you're gonna take your time with this. And to really succeed, like, you gotta dive deep. You can't do this part-time. You get what I'm saying? And that's just gonna waste everybody's time. PHP versus Django versus Node.js, they all do the same shit. You get what I'm saying? But it's up to you what you want to do. You could choose either one. Laravel, Ruby. I mean, I think Laravel is more advanced now than Ruby, Ruby on Rails, but Ruby on Rails is the originator of all of this. Everything that you see, all these big frameworks and, you know, Laravel, Django, like Ruby on Rails is the originator of this. Okay, let me see. Definitely make sure you JavaScript. Okay, I see that. Eric William, Kelvin Lopez. I'm about to say Kevin Lopez. Kelvin Davis, what up, bro? Let's see. What's good, everyone? Does the customer buy the domain? Customers uses platform to buy a domain, then I will use their domain name. How do I get access to their domain? They gotta give you their information. That's number one. And yeah, the customer is the one that pays for it. Any thoughts on Dino? Dino's a waste of time right now. There's no point. Dino makes no sense. Dino is what I call Dino is, let's say this. Dino is what every JavaScript framework is every 6 months. If that went over your head and you don't get what I just said, well, think about it like this. Every 6 months there's a new JavaScript framework. And everybody says this is the best one and this improves on the previous one, right? But to be honest with you, most of these frameworks, they're not really doing that much of like an advancement and you're like, oh my god, this is gonna change the industry. No, they're all doing the same shit that the previous framework is doing. Dino.js does exactly the same thing that Node.js does. Okay, that's it. So in reality, do you really need it? No. Are people gonna switch over? No. Same thing as like when people be like, oh, you gotta use TypeScript and this and that. People use TypeScript when they have huge applications, right? And they're like, man, we have too many bugs, too much shit, right? It would be nice to catch the bugs before we even put it into production. But in reality, do you need it? No. Because if you know how to code properly and you know how to manage everything that you're doing on the app, you don't need it. It's the same thing as Node.js. Do you need Dino.js because it's more secure and this and that? Like, no, because if you've been building Node.js apps that have been already secured, right? What's the point? What's the benefit? There's no benefit for you. You get what I'm saying? And most companies, that's how they're looking at it. They're like, wait, it's just like, oh, this shit is secured, and now we have some weird packages. It's not like, no modules, and like it's just weird. Like it doesn't make sense. It's like redoing the same shit that Node.js has been doing. Like, and that's just, to me, that's one of those situations where as a junior developer you could get lost. You waste time. So something just came out and you think because everybody's talking about it, now you're gonna drop everything that you're doing and you're gonna go focus on that. But in reality, there's no jobs for it. And in reality, you could have actually gotten more experience by actually building a real project instead of you trying to learn some new shit that you wasn't gonna get a job with. You get what I'm saying? So Dino.js right now is a trap for for junior developers. The senior developers, this is the thing. A lot of you guys that follow guys that are like excited about this shit, those guys are like senior level developers. Like they already got jobs, they already got their shit together. You as a junior developer, you shouldn't be like getting hyped for things that the senior level developers are getting hyped for. It's like they got a job already. You don't, right? So your job is to try to get a job, right? Or try to get into the industry. So you want to continue focusing on the things that's going to get you in the industry, not on the cool latest thing that some dude just created just for the hell of it. Like nobody acts, like nobody was sitting around like, hey guys, could somebody create Node.js again and just make it a little bit more secure? Nobody looked around and was like, we was asking for that. Nobody's asking for that. Like there's so much other shit that they could be building, but People want to. It's the same thing as the frameworks. People want to rebuild the fucking wheel every year, and that's why, like now, I don't even pay attention to any of that. That's a waste of time. Let me see. Alex Little, loving the Shopify course. That's what's up. Alex Little, Alex Little was like, "Yo." There was a point Alex hit me up on an email like, "Yo, you gotta pay for Shopify?" I'm like, "Bro, you don't gotta pay for Shopify. I'll show you how to create an account for a user, which means it's like for a client. If a client comes up to you, you're not gonna create a development account for them. You're gonna create a real account. So that's why I showed you how to do that. But you can create a development account and you could host unlimited themes and unlimited websites or storefronts for your own personal projects. So it's free. But I have to show you how to actually sign up for your clients, right? So Alex Little was like, "Yo, give me a refund, bro." I know. Yo, I was laughing like crazy when he sent me that email because he's like, "Yo, I need a refund, bro. I ain't know I had to pay for Shopify. I'm not trying to pay $30 a month." And I'm like, "Bro, calm down, man. I got you. This shit is actually free. Calm down." Yo, people are funny, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to Alex Little, man. I'm glad that you enjoying the. You get what I'm saying? Dude is like, "Yo, hold on, Joe, hold on. I ain't paying for this shit." Yo, man. Troy Mitchell, use Shopify, WooCommerce, or Squarespace for a really small startup company that sells services. Well, if you're trying to sell services, I don't, I don't know why would you use any of those. Because if you're gonna sell a service, from my understanding, it's like if you're creating a service, excuse me, if you're creating a service, right? It's like a service, like something like I don't know, some type of application, right? And you sell a service through there, right? You wouldn't use Shopify or any of those things because if you're gonna sell things, then like Shopify, WooCommerce, Magento, and all of the other ones, Squarespace, they're for selling products. So it could be a digital product or it could be a physical product. If you're building like some type of software as a service, then you want to create your own website, build it from scratch, build your whole application, and then charge people through Stripe and things like that. Now, that's from my understanding that's like your question, right? But like if you're gonna sell something like a product or something, then yeah, use Shopify, WooCommerce, whatever you want to use. I will say use Shopify because it's better. It's actually way better. It has all of the tools that you need to start selling things, and it's just smooth, man. It's like you don't have to do anything. You don't gotta install anything. You don't gotta. You could build a store in 1 hour and start selling in the next hour after that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's super powerful. Let me see. May says, I got my first customer. I'm excited for, but no HTML and CSS. Still learning. That's good. If it's a simple static website, you could build it. You know. Joey got on out. Yeah, man. I'm over here in the hammock, bro. We gotta link up, Ricardo, man. It's just every time that I'm like, yo, I got some free time. I'm like, okay, it was my son's birthday last week. I had a whole bunch of shit. This week I gotta go pick up my car. Tomorrow morning I gotta return the other car. So it's just a whole process. Even like right now, like I still gotta go pick up my car before 5 o'clock. So I'm gonna try to do some more videos for the Shopify course right now, and then from there, like at 4 o'clock, I'll go pick up my car. So it's just I'm always moving, bro. And then we was like cleaning up over here the yard. We had some people cutting the trees. Like it's just a lot of shit. Let me see. Interactive nerd. Yep. Everyone thinks they can reinvent the wheel. Yeah. People are just constantly reinventing the same shit over and over and over and over again. That's why I don't even wanna. I don't even look at certain things. You know, like I like to look at what JavaScript is. You know, is or things are being added to JavaScript. I don't care about the frameworks or the libraries. I really don't, because at the end of the day, I'm in the business of creating products and creating services. I'm not in the business of impressing people. I don't know if that makes sense to any of you guys. So, like, let's say if right now a client comes up to me and says, "Hey, man, um, we would like to build a website about this, 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 and this. Could you build it?" And I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna say, "Okay, cool. What's gonna be the fastest way that I can build this?" And I'm just gonna say PHP Laravel, because it's gonna speed up the process of building everything, and I could get everything done right away. React, because React is freaking, it's a great framework. Everything works. There's a million other developers that know React. It's simple to use. It's almost zero downtime when it comes to like freaking setting everything up. It's just like super quick. I already have everything already there, right? So it's just done. Now, if it was somebody else who's like, I'm just trying to impress the next person, I'm gonna pick up the Teletubby framework that just dropped yesterday. I'm gonna install Dino.js, even though there might be some bugs and it's not ready for production. I'm still gonna use it for this new client. It's like, nah. It's like when you're in the business of making money, you don't care about like what's the latest thing. You care about what can you do the service with, or the project or whatever you're doing for that client as quick as possible. Because always remember this, right? If you're comfortable with something and you could build, like, let's say for example, if I could build a website, and this website I can build it with, I don't know, vanilla JavaScript, React, and Laravel, right? And I could build that shit in 1 week, right? That means that I can go ahead and get that client 1 week, get paid for it, do another client the next week, get paid for it, do another client, get paid for it. So I'm in there for the money. I'm in there thinking like a businessman, right? Now, if I go in and say, hey man, I'm gonna go and build something with Dino.js and the Teletubby framework and the latest features of, I don't know, the new version of CSS, right? And I'm just gonna go in and build everything with the latest stack, right? What's gonna happen? Number one, I might not be as comfortable as I am with everything else, right? And at the same time, there's gonna be bugs that nobody else has ever found. So you might be doing some shit that you might be the first one to ever do. So what happens, even when you're stuck, now you can't even do a quick search and be like, hey, how to do this with Dino.js when this situation happens. You can't search that. Nobody has ever asked that shit before. So even if you might be like the fucking genius of the world, you don't know everything, right? Nobody knows everything. Everybody Googles the majority of the time, right? When it comes to programming, yeah, the basics, you already know that. But when it comes to frameworks, libraries, and shit like that, everybody Googles. Everybody. So you want to use something that has already been here for a while. So if you bump into a problem, you could solve that problem in 2 minutes. If you can't solve that problem in 2 minutes, you're wasting time, and time is money. Instead of you going in and building that whole project in 1 week, now you got to take 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So that means you only got paid one time that month. Okay? So for me, the way how I look at everything and I make my decisions, it's just like a business move. Business decisions only, right? What is the thing that's gonna bring in the most profit? It's like why companies go to China to get shit built. It's not because they want to get it built in China. Nah, it's cheap over there. So if I could go in and get this T-shirt, if I build this T-shirt here in the U.S., I gotta pay somebody minimum wage. I gotta pay this and that. There's tax. There's a whole bunch of other shit, right? So this shirt alone could cost me $6 just to get it done here in the US. Now if I go to China, I get that shit for 30 cents. So what, you know what I mean? Like, It's a business decision. It's not personal. It's not nothing, right? What's the thing that's gonna make you the most profit? And if you think like that, you're gonna succeed in this world. That's how the bosses think. The guys that's just here trying to impress other people, I don't live in that world. You know what I'm saying? I talk to the bosses. I talk to the owners of the company. I'm not talking to the dudes that is talking about what's faster, a for loop or while loop, and I'm past that. I'm 8 years in. You know what I'm saying? Like that was cool when I was like on my first 6 months, my first year, 2 years. I'm 8 years in. Like I'm supposed to be worried about little bullshit like that when I know that's not really important. I'm like, nah, man. You gotta be smart out here. Let me see. Let's see, Joe. Why don't you include making passive income from sites like CSS Generator, Income Calculator, in your passive income bundle? Yeah, I talked about that. I talk about all of that. You know, some people think that the six-figure bundle is about just niche websites, but this is what you have to understand. I talk about all of that. A niche website doesn't mean that it's a blog. People have that messed up, right? A niche is just a subset of something, right? So let's say, for example, there's basketball, right? Is like the example that I brought in the course. When I talk about a niche website, we're talking about finding a niche within a specific industry or a specific group. So let's say you like basketball. How can you niche down into different things that has to do about basketball? You go in, you say, okay, sneakers. People like sneakers. Cool. So if you go in and follow everything that's on the six-figure bundle, I explained to you how to do the research, do all that shit. Then now it depends on what you want to do with it, right? You could go ahead and create a store that sells to specific people that want to dunk, right? So that's a store. That's a Shopify store that you could sell products with. That's a niche website. You could go ahead and create a calculator which basically says how much do you weigh, how much what's your height, right? How long you've been playing, right? How high can you jump, right? And then from there, that calculator can go in and do the calculations for the user, and the user can find out, you know, what does he need to do to be able to dunk. You get what I'm saying? So now that's an application there, right? That's an application that you can build. It's the same thing, CSS generator, all that shit. Like, I'm giving you all of the tools to make money online, and I'm showing you guys how to do it. But it's up to you. I can tell you, hey man, you got to create a blog, you got to create a CSS generator, you got to create a software as a service. Like, you have to put in your part. I can't give you everything. You have to go in and do the research. I'm showing you exactly how I do it, right? And then from there, you have to decide what you want to do. I can't tell you, hey man, I can't go in and create a six-figure bundle. Hey guys, this is how you make money with software as a service. Hey guys, this is how you make money with I don't know, a niche blog website. This is how you make money with a store. This is how you make money with YouTube, or this and that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, then I will be recreating the same course over and over and over again. I'm not one of those guys. You know what I mean? Like, I give you all of the information that you need to make sure that you succeed. And then from there, you got to use your brain too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to take your money. I'm not going to do like one of those guys that be on Udemy and be like, hey, React 14 came out today. Let's create a React course. So they do the exact same course over again and resell it to you. Or create React 15 came out today. Cool, let's create another course and resell it to you again. Oh, React 17 came out. Let's come in and resell it to you again. React 27 came out. Resell it again. Nah, I don't like doing that shit. That's like the same thing with the career bundle. I'm creating this whole career bundle for Shopify, but at the same time, like, if you buy it, you get access to all of the courses that come out from Shopify in the future. I don't want to keep selling you the same shit over and over again because a new version came out. The point of CodingPhase.com is to save you money. And if I was to go in and split up the six-figure bundle to every single type of website that you can build, I'm just taking your money. I'm stealing your money straight up. And I don't like doing that shit. I'd rather give you all of the information and then from there show you that this is, you could do it this way, you could do it this way, you could do it this way. without having to resell you the same shit over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I didn't go in there and create a fucking CSS generator. How to make money with CSS generator? Why would I do that when I already talked about how to make money with your skills? You know what I'm saying? Like now you have to use your brain. Now you have to be like, well, Joe showed me how to do Facebook ads. Joe showed me how to do the research. Joe showed me how to do all of this shit, right? How can I implement those skills to my idea? I can't come up with an idea for you. You have to come up with that idea. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody can, because that's the problem. A lot of times it's like when I see like I've seen like a Shopify course for drop shipping that I bought one time, and one of the guys were talking about this is the type of products you got to choose. This is that, and I'm like, this is stupid. Because you know how many people's gonna watch the same course and gonna choose the same product and think they're gonna succeed because they bought the same products and they're selling the same shit? It doesn't work like that. You gotta teach the people how to fucking, think for themselves and teach them the skills that they need, but they have to think for themselves. They have to be able to think for themselves so they can actually succeed. Because nothing in this world is like a cookie cutter. Nobody could come in and say, well, this is how you succeed. This is the only product that you could do in. Here you go. Here's my course. Because a million people is going to do the same shit. You got to teach them how to have that mentality and how to use the skills that you're teaching them to make their own decisions. Somebody told me the other day, they're like, yo, Joe, I'm following your Shopify course, right? But as you're teaching it, I'm also creating another Shopify store with my own theme, my own style, my own way of doing things. And I'm like, bro, that's what you're supposed to do. You don't have to go and follow exactly what I'm telling you. I'm showing you all of this, but once you understand it, you can literally follow along creating your own shit. Like you don't have to build the same theme. Like that's what I like to do, right? I don't know if you guys have noticed. Every time that I'm like 99% done with the course, I come in and I tell you, hey guys, by the way, you could add this extra feature to this course or to this project, or by the way, you could do this and that, or you could do this and that. Some people, they say, Joe just doesn't finish the course. Nah, stupid. It's not that I'm not finishing the course. I'm teaching you everything that you need to know, and then at the end, I'm leaving you with a question mark so you can build it yourself. You get what I'm saying? Like sometimes they don't understand that that's how you learn. You don't learn by just seeing somebody do the same shit over and over again. At the end of the day, you got to get tested. At the end of the day, you got to test yourself and say, did this make sense? Did I learn from this? Right? If I go in and I give you all of the answers, you're not learning shit. I'm telling you ahead of time. Because this whole thing about becoming a developer, you have to be somebody that has, can be logical thinker, critical thinker. Like you got to make your own fucking decisions and make your own ideas. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Let me see. Interactive Nerd says, can you explain using a framework that has 100,000 contributors compared to a framework that has 1,000 contributors? The benefits. Well, I will say, to be honest, I don't think that even matters, because there's people that become contributors to a fucking project, right? And it's because they went in and changed a comma. There was a dot on the documentation, and a guy went in there and said, hey, by the way, you did a misspelling here. Let me fix that. That's it. Now they're a contributor, right? So there's lots of people that don't do anything in frameworks and shit like that, and they're just contributors because they're contributors, right? Now there's the core team. The core team is the people that really is in there. They're making the decisions, right? Like let's say Vue.js, I think they have a really good community as far as like how many developers work on it. But at the same time, you could have one guy like let's say my boy Rich Harris, who is the creator of Svelte, right? And he's the creator of Rollup. He's by himself, right? In reality, it's him by himself. but he has a core team of like maybe like 6, 7 guys that do help out once in a while, and they do add some certain things or extra features here and there. But compare Svelte to Vue.js. Vue.js has like 100,000 contributors. There's people that fucking they contribute. Oh, you forgot to put a semicolon here, and that's it. Now they're contributors. Like that shit doesn't bring any benefit. Like it doesn't really matter. Let me see. Come on, da da da. Reading. Interactive nervous like yo. Ram was like yo. Interactive nerd, stop asking useless questions. Now Ram is like, yo, stop giving useless info about people going to China. Sometimes people, yo, guys, listen, y'all all family in here, man. Sometimes people get into little arguments over dumb shit on the live chat. That shit's just funny though. It's like, yo, interactive nerd. Ram hit him with some shit like, yo, stop talking about this shit, right? Interactive nerds now hit him back with the listen, nah, you need to stop talking about this shit. Ain't nobody talking about no China in here right now. Yeah, I love you guys, man. Julian Kabaz, working system admin at IBM. We use bash scripting. They are pushing for us to learn Python too. I'm studying PHP at college, so what should I learn? PHP or Python web development? Thanks. What I would say is learn what the company wants you to learn, right? If that's the company that you're gonna be working at, okay, and you're gonna be working at IBM and they want you to learn Python. That's what they're gonna be using. You get what I'm saying? Like the reason why I tell people to learn PHP, because PHP is like a universal language. You could go to China, you could go to Russia, you could go to Zimbabwe, you could go to fucking Antarctica, and there's a job for you with PHP. But if you're already set and you're already in the industry, you're already working with IBM, right? And you're already in there. Like, why will you spend the time to learn PHP right now when you should learn Python because that's what your company is using? You know what I'm saying? Software says, yeah, man, Bostonese versus workingese. You know what I mean? We speak Bostonese. Okay. Let's see. What up, bro? Let's see. Da da da. Kids is already crying. I don't know if you guys see them. Kids is crying. Let me see. CodingPhase. Any reason you choose Ruby over PHP for the Shopify course? Again, guys, the Ruby course is a bonus. Why did I add Ruby and Ruby on Rails to the Shopify course? Very simple. Shopify is built on Ruby on Rails. If one of you guys decided to go and work at Shopify, the company, you're going to need to know Ruby on Rails, right? So it's like a bonus, right? At the same time, if you want to understand why certain things were done with Liquid and why Liquid works a certain way, right? Then it makes sense that you actually understand Ruby, because there's a reason why they did that, because it's based on and on top of Ruby. So it's like a bonus. Some of you guys are never going to care about those things and you might never need it. But some of you guys that might want to go in a little bit deeper and understand Shopify more, understand how Shopify was built and how it works, you might want to learn Ruby, because then all the decisions that they make will make sense to you. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's why. Suckrob no relief says, don't just code, solve problems. Yep. Let's see. The backend dev needs to know server security, or is it DevOps thing? It depends. I mean, you got to make your applications secure, right? But that's why you want to use frameworks like Laravel, Ruby on Rails, Django, right? Because those frameworks, they already have implemented security in them. And every time that they do a new update, they add new security features for the frameworks. So when you are a backend developer, you don't need to worry about that. Unless you want to be one of those guys that be like, well, I want to build this shit myself. You know what? I'm not using no frameworks. Why would I save myself some time? Why? Right? Why would I not use something, or why would I use something that thousands of developers have used and have pretty much put into production? I don't want to do that. I want to create this shit from scratch. I want to build my own framework, and I want to go in and fucking build everything from scratch to show that, you know, I'm a real developer, right? So when you're in that situation, then yeah, now you have to learn security. Now you got to learn what's the best practices to make sure that your servers are secure and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Because you just decide to go in the deep end by yourself, right? Now, when you're a backend developer, 99% of the time you're not worried about security because you're using tools that have already been secured. You know what I'm saying? So you're just focusing about the code. Now, as far as like the servers and DDoS attacks and shit like that, and fucking cross-origin attacks and all type of shit, like those are things that there's a specific person that's in charge of that. Unless you want to be that guy, then you don't need to worry about that. Let's see. How's the experience building that antique Shopify store? It's done. It's done. I'm just waiting for the guy for the pictures. But at the end of the day, I mean, I got paid already. You know what I'm saying? I got paid. I did my job. Sometimes you bump into clients like this that, you know, they super excited to get something done, right? They might even pay you ahead of time, but then again, they don't follow through by getting the copy, right? Getting the content that they need to put in, like an about page, put in their information, getting the pictures for the items, things like that. Things that you got to do. Somebody has to do it. It's just not gonna be me, right? Because I'm not gonna go to his shop and start taking pictures and doing all this shit. Like somebody gotta do that. Somebody gotta write, you know, the content for him, the description for each item, etc. Now, I'm waiting on him. I got paid already. I show him the theme already. I already set up the store. Right now it's on development, which means that nobody can see it. It is password protected, so it's not released yet. But it's done. My job is done. It's there. When you're ready, just upload the photos, upload the description. That's it. Okay, Julian Cabal says, thanks for the insight. The thing is, I'm not doing web dev at IBM. I want to do it on the side. This is why I want to know your opinion. Okay, so if you're doing it on the side and you're already working with them, but you're not doing development with them, so then my advice is learn PHP. Jonas 28 says, bless your soul, Joe. After you told us that story, I got 3 clients. Yeah. You know, I started asking friends that are entrepreneurs and they put in contact with a whole network of people. That's what's up. Scrappadap TV's like, yo, why do I feel like Joe hates Java? I don't hate Java at all. It's not for me. You know, I don't know. I've never really used it like that. I used it one time where I had to do like a contract work for a company, and it wasn't like I was using it. It was like literally like I was doing the front end, and there was fucking Java Spring in there, and I was like, oh cool, we're connecting to this server, and that's it. That's as far as I go with Java. Okay, I have zero experience with it. I never really built anything with it, and have zero interest in it. You know. Oh God. Yeah. So that's my story with Java. I just don't have experience with it. I don't use it. I've never had to use it. So, and also too, one of the reasons I never focus on it is because everybody that I know that does Java, they have a college degree as computer science, software engineering, electrical engineering, etc. Right? And then I've never heard or I've never met anybody that you know, from my inner circles that they'd be like, well, you know, I got hired, you know, I just took a Udemy course and I'm working as a Java developer. I haven't heard that, right? Like, it could happen, but I just haven't heard it. I know one Syrian, he works with Java at FedEx. So, and he don't have a degree in this either. So, maybe now companies are changing, but when I was starting, it wasn't like that. It was like you need a degree, you need this and that, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna go back to school for another 4 years to go get another bachelor's degree. Like, nah, I'm good. Like, which ones are the ones that's hiring with your skills and it's gonna give you an opportunity no matter what? Cool. That's where I'm at. That's what I'm learning. Let's see. Don't give the client the code. I already got paid, bro. He gave me the full money. I said I would do it for 1,000 because it was just a theme, you know, simple theme, and set it up for him. Set up the store for $1,000. I already set it up. That's it. I already got paid. You know, that's out of my hands. Like, that's it. My services is done. Uh, Joel Angel says, I'm really having a hard time with backend Node or PHP. Haven't decided yet. Focus on PHP, I would say. Play with PHP. Like, you could play with both of them, but I feel like PHP is easier to get hired as a PHP developer than getting hired as a Node.js developer. Well, they don't admit it, it runs, the world runs on PHP. Yep. What should I do if the client doesn't pay up? If he doesn't pay up, then, you know, then that's why you should have freaking gotten half of your money. Like, that's what I always do. Like, I gotta get, you know, this is the thing. When I get a client, if I gotta get paid at least half the money up front before I even lift my finger. So then from there, if somewhere in between, if I don't see communication from the client, I stop working, period. And I'll tell them straight up. I'm like, yo, there's no communication, because sometimes a client might be excited the first week and then they kind of fall off and be like, oh, then I'm hitting you back up. I stop working on it. You're not going to find me working on something if there's no communication. Plus, you got to give me my first half up front. So that's just how it is, you know? If there's no communications, that means there's something fishy. So stop working on it. When they come back and be like, oh, what happened? You still not done? You never hit me up. I hit you up a million times. I'm not going to continue working on something when I don't know if you disappear and I'm going to get paid for this. So that was on you. If you want, I can continue from here on and I'll do the rest of it. But I'm not going to continue working on something if there's no communication. Believe me, you will not want to learn Java. Nah, I don't want to. I'm not interested in it at all. Even though I've, you know, I know C#, I know C++, so I'm pretty sure Java is very similar to those languages. So it will be like me picking up a bike after 10 years, you know, like I'll figure it out. Let me see. Joe, he asks, why if the client doesn't pay, then don't give them the code. Yeah. The client don't pay, don't give them nothing. You know, that's the reason why, you know, you create your applications in your own servers, or you create it in your own development environment where you can just send them a screenshot or a video or something like that. You don't go in and put it on their servers and be like, well, could you work on our servers? Nah, I don't work like that. Because tomorrow you could go in and change the password and all of my work, you get to keep it and I don't get paid. And I'm not going to be running after somebody for $500. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to have to take the L. So I'm not going to go after you and be like, whoa, you owe me $500, man. I'm outside your house. Come outside. Like, I'm not going to be fucking coming after somebody for that shit. So the best way to do it is secure yourself, where it's like, They get to see what you're working on, but they don't have it. So no communication. Do you keep the first half? Yes. That's on them. That's something that if there's no communication, that you're keeping you've done your work. You get what I'm saying? Like you've done your work. Now, if they come up to you and tell you, "Hey, man, um, you know, I'm gonna need my half, whatever you have that you have worked on, give it to them." Okay. At that point, you'd be like, "Yeah, okay, cool. You already got paid your half, and you did half the work, and they want to have the other half that you have already created. Cool, give it to them." But at the end of the day, like you gotta get paid first. You gotta pay your first half. That second half you get paid when it's complete. Again, so if you freaking there's no communication, keep that first half. It's like, hey man, I did my part. I worked. Now it was on you. You were supposed to continue with communications. We need to go back and forth on things. I gotta get paid for my hours. That's it. Very simple. But yeah, man, guys, listen, shout out to every single one of you guys. We got 105 people in here. Thank you for coming through. You will be seeing, if you guys haven't gone to codingphase.com in a long time, for some of you guys that haven't been there in a while, and or y'all been wanting to get a course or something like that, and for whatever reason you haven't been able to get it, you're like, man, I wasn't interested at the time or whatever, then you might see some advertisement this week that is gonna help you, get you a little bit more excited to come to codingphase.com. And if I was you, I would take advantage, because once you see that advertisement, you won't see it again. Okay? So I'm letting you guys know, I set it up that way. I put it in that, okay, like let's say, for those of you guys that don't know, like retargeting ads, right? So let's say, for example, somebody came to codingphase.com 6 months ago, and they was interested in something. I don't know what product it is. It could be anything. But you never really bought it. You never signed up. Maybe the price was too much for you at the moment or something like that. So then now we got retargeting ads running, which for those people that, maybe at the time they couldn't do it, or maybe they didn't want to, or maybe didn't see the value. Right now you might see some ads. And if I were you, I would take advantage of that ad, because there's some savings on that. Okay. This is a business move, right? It's a business move to making sure that if you was interested on something, at least you get the opportunity to get it no matter what. It's one of those situations where I always say, it's better to get a sale or better to get a new client at, at a different price than what you really asked for, but at least you're getting that client. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, it's business. You get what I'm saying? So if you see your ad, take advantage, because that's another thing too that I put into it. I say, hey man, they get to see the ad one time. They didn't take advantage, good. They don't get to buy it. And you're only gonna see that shit once. Okay. So anyways, man, is it possible to pay for your courses with PayPal? Yes. So you could pay for like let's say if you sign up for the yearly plus, you could pay with no you can't, sorry. You could do a monthly plan with PayPal, or if anything, just email me. You email me and I'll set up like a PayPal where I'll send you like an invoice directly, and then I'll just give you access to whatever it is that you want. Okay, so if you want just to use PayPal, because Teachable doesn't really allow you to use PayPal for recurring payments. So you can only do that if you put in, if you sign up to the website directly. But if you want to use PayPal as your middleman for your payment, then you have to actually, I got to set it up manually. Let's see, Dynamis, but choose pay for the yearly plus, but still get charged for the monthly. Nice. So email me, codingphase@gmail.com. we'll settle that, man. Because the thing is that you gotta understand, all of those things that you see on my website, they're different products. So if you sign up to the monthly and then you sign up for the yearly, it doesn't do automatically because it's two different products. It's like you're signing up to two products. So your responsibility is to cancel one and continue the other one. Now, if I see that you have signed up to the yearly and you just got charged for a monthly, I refund you that monthly because I know that's like a mistake that anybody can make. So I refund you that full amount and I'll send it back to you. I'm not here trying to keep your bread, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here like, yo, hold on. It's like I got him. He signed up twice. Got him. Nah, I'm not like that, bro. Because I know how it is, man. That shit happens to me all the time when I sign up to something and then I buy another product and then basically it seems like you got charged twice. Companies, they don't care. You get what I'm saying? Like you go and try to do that shit to Amazon. Amazon's like, I don't care if you like the other day, like how Amazon has the pantry thing, and we got like a pantry service. We signed up to one pantry for like like 4 or 5 cereals, and then we upgraded to the eight cereals or something like that. 8 cereals and like 2 milks or something like that. And Amazon is like, well, that's not my business. You get what I'm saying? Amazon just hits me up like, yo, you got charged. Oh, that's 2 products. That's not our business. There's no refund on that. You get what I'm saying? But this is like a mom and pop shop, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll send you your money back. Like, I don't want you to get charged twice if you already wanted to just upgrade, you know? So email me, codingphase@gmail.com. I'm going to go on the email right now. I'll settle that for you right now. Let's see. Is it worth to come to the USA on H-1 visa? Fang. I mean, if you want to do that, but also too, like those H-1B visas is like you're like a personal slave to this company. It's like you can't leave those companies without having another company sponsor you. And most companies don't want to be sponsoring anybody, right? So you have to stay there and pretty much do whatever they want until you get your residency set up or something, or you get married to some lady, a Puerto Rican chick, and you married to a Puerto Rican chick and you give her $10,000 and she do the papers for you. I'm joking. Don't do that. That's illegal. But that's how a lot of guys do it. I know so many Indian dudes that just find a Puerto Rican chick with like 2, 3 kids and be like, listen, I'm gonna give you $10,000. Let's get married, okay? You do my citizenship so I could get my papers. I've seen that shit done so many times. I know. And sometimes the Indian dudes fall in love with the Puerto Rican chick. So it could work out. That shit happens all the time. That's the real world, right? People get married for paper to get their legal citizenships. That shit happens in the world. I don't recommend it because if you get caught, it's gonna be an ugly situation for you. But again, if you want to get that H-1B visa, shit like that, I always tell people like this, man. If you can do it in your country and you could do it from home, it's better to do it from home. Because here in the U.S., it's not like you're gonna find something brand new. It's like the world is completely different. It's gonna have a great life. Like if you make $50,000, $100,000 from freaking India or wherever you're at, you live like a king. You know what I mean? You come in and you say, bring me 2 bottles and bring me the best bartenders that you got, right? Is Partneep goes in there, shorties go in there, like, bloom, 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 bloom. They come in, give you the bottles, because you're Don Partneep, you know what I mean? In India, because you got 100,000, right? You're earning 100,000. Here in the U.S., you just a regular dude with 100,000. You're just, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no shine. You don't shine here. Like in DR, I'm from Dominican Republic originally, right? I live here in the U.S. now, but basically in DR, you freaking, you got a Mercedes, you got a BMW. People look at you like, he got money, he good. You got a Mercedes, you're a bum. You a regular dude out here. you got a BMW, you're a regular dude, right? Everybody got money here. Everybody, and it's not even that everybody got money. It's more about everybody got credit to buy shit. So that's the difference between like the U.S. and other countries. This country revolves around credit. So if you have like good credit, you could buy anything. I know people that don't have shit, like they earn nothing, and they have better cars than me, and you see them traveling the world. They earn way less money than me, but hey, they got that credit card, that swipe, and if that credit card swipes, you could get it, even though 5 years later, or a year later, or 6 months later, you're gonna be crying because everything gets repossessed and shit like that. Go to my Instagram, CodingPhase, at CodingPhase, just like that, CodingPhase on Instagram. And I just posted a video of a lady that bought a convertible, right, a Corvette, and she's in front of her house in her apartment complex, and she's crying. She's like, like, please don't take my car, please take my car, right? That lady, if she lived in India, she wouldn't be able to buy that Corvette, right? She don't have enough money to pay that shit. She don't have enough bread to maintain that type of car, right? But here in the U.S., you show that you work for 2 years somewhere in a bullshit company, and you could be getting $25,000 a year. If it doesn't show that you've been running too many credit card scams, they'll give you the car. Even though they're going to repossess it 6 months later, they'll give it to you. So that's the difference between the U.S. and India and all third world countries. And, it's just the access to credit. That's it. But the idea that a lot of people think like, man, when I go to America, I'm going to live good. And it's like, bro, you're going to come to America. Most likely you're going to live in a basement. Most likely you're going to live in a fucking studio apartment with 3 other Indian dudes, and 2 dudes sleep on the floor. 1 dude sleeps on the couch. Like, that's how everybody starts off. There's so many people that live good in other countries, and then they come here to eat shit. Like, straight up, to eat shit. I know people that, like my mom's friends who were lawyers, doctors in Dominican Republic, and then they come here, and, the one that was a freaking lawyer sells fucking, how you call this shit, like frying pans. She go house to house selling frying pans. And a freaking, the one that was a freaking doctor right now is a bus driver, a yellow bus driver for a small school for disabled kids. And I'm like, you was a fucking doctor in Dominican Republic. Why would you come here to do this shit? Sometimes people think the American dream is in America. The American dream is wherever you could get that American money. That's the American dream. The American dream is not to come here. The American dream is to have the money. And if you're able to get that dollars from anywhere in the world, you're good to go, right? Do how some people come in here. Like you see people from like Japan. You see people from from like parts of Europe. They come here to the U.S. and they leave. They're like, whoop, I got my 6 months visa for travel, right? I come in and I leave. I got a lot of good shit in my own country. I don't need to be coming here to be eating shit for 6 months or even longer than that. There's people that they're still eating shit for years. They're still trying to come out of the shit for 10 years. They're like, man, as an immigrant, I can't go up. I can't do this and that. It's like, my bachelor's doesn't work here. I got to start from scratch, from school. Like, this is the only country that you could have a bachelor's from another country, and when you come here, it doesn't mean anything. You could have any type of education. You could be a doctor in another country, and when you come here, you're nobody. Okay? Like, it's built like that. So at the end of the day, if you have the opportunity to work from your own country, I would say do it. You could always come here to the U.S. and visit. Come to the U.S., travel, come here, buy your clothes, go back. You could be that guy that always goes back to, live in India, come back to the U.S., buy your brand new clothes, buy your Gucci, your Fendis, whatever you want to buy. Go back to India and be like, damn, Parneep is balling. You see him going to New York. We see pictures of him on Facebook, on L.A., and this and that. But Parneep don't live over there. Parneep live like a king in India. You see the shorts coming in with the Punjabi, like, yo, Parneep's here. Hey, he popping bottles, right? You're not gonna get that here in the U.S. You're just not. So you're gonna be a regular dude. I'm telling you ahead of time. These guys are fucking, millionaires or even close to a millionaire, and they're just regular dudes. There's no special treatment for you. There's no life is different here, bro. Because everybody has access to the same shit that you have. Like the only way that you have certain things that's different is once you touch like $5 million and up. Everything else that's below $5 million a year, everybody's the same. To be honest with you, it's like right now. I always bring this shit up because it's the truth. Like when I was making $80,000, working full time at a company, and then compared to how I was making last year, $500,000, I didn't fucking. You see I still got the fucking same T-shirt. Like my life didn't change like that. Like I was like, oh my god, I'm a half a millionaire. You know, like just a fucking regular dude. Now, if I was in Dominican Republic, it would be like, yo, there goes Joe, el hijo de general. Hey, how you doing, Joe? You popping bottles? I come down with $10, buy bottles for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a different world. It's a better world when you live in another country and you got money. Here in the U.S., you're just a regular dude. How many guys you see that? I'm telling you, so many people. Like right now in my neighborhood, there's probably some people that got some money in here, but everybody lives regular. If you was in another country, you feel that shit. When you got money and you doing good, you feel that shit. There's a different glow. You got a different glow. You know what I mean? Lakeisha says no company in India pays $100,000, not even Fang. Yeah, but you can make your own money. There's guys that make money in different ways, and this is the thing. Like if you're thinking like a worker, you talking workingese, you're never gonna get nowhere. You got to start talking bossingese. I knew this guy who was like, he was an Indian developer, right? But he would go into job interviews and act like he was gonna apply for the jobs, and he would tell people, "Hey, I'm gonna work from 1 o'clock in the morning till like 10 o'clock in the morning, some crazy hours." And what he really had was a team in India that he was hiring. You know what I'm saying? And he was just like, "Yo, I'll do the work for you, and I got my team. We'll build it for you." Now he lived like a king here and in India. But how does he get there? Because he's thinking like a boss, right? Sometimes you got to think about how can I start making money for myself instead of me having to work for somebody. If a company will never pay you $100,000 in India, figure out how you can make $100,000 from other countries. And there's plenty of people that will work for you because they just want to work for somebody. But you have to have that mentality of I'm gonna be a boss. How can I make $100,000 a year here from India? There's a million ways. Look at the Chinese people. Like they make money, bro. Like those Chinese dudes, they make money. The richest people that you're gonna see is Chinese people right now, because they open up factories, they open up some shit, and then from there they come in and put 50 Chinese dudes to work in there. Those are workers. The ones that opened it up, those are the bosses. You want to be one of the bosses. That's how you always want to think. Okay? I'm just trying to help you guys out. That's the mentality. Word. Because I'd rather be, Parneep in India when, I come in and be like, yo, Parneep goes to the store and Parneep says, bring me the best models that you got. Bring me 2 girls in a bikini. Send them this way. Shorties go in like, everybody dancing, Parneep popping bottles. I'd rather be Parneep in India than Parneep in here on a taxi cab, or Parneep in here with 3 other Indian dudes working at a company, in an H1 visa, H1B visa fucking slaving it to a company, and they want to pay you minimum wage, and then you living in San Francisco where you can't afford to pay the $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 for the apartment. So now you gotta you gotta live with like 3, 4 other Indian dudes. One dude fucking doesn't doesn't fucking want to wash the dishes and type shit. Another dude wants to be up all night playing League of Legends. You don't even have no privacy, right? I've seen the situations that some Indian dudes got to go through here in the U.S. And it's like sometimes you got to think about it. Like, is it worth it to you? You know. Sometimes you got to think about it and be like, is that shit? Am I gonna have a better lifestyle over there, or a better life living in the U.S. going through mad shit, or can I do it better here in the U.S.? Do it here in India or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about you guys. I want to be in India with the Indian girls coming in with the bottles like, yo, da, 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 da. I'd rather be over there, than being here. $100K. Yo, bring me the golden hookah. Yo. Farneve is in there like, yo, hey. They bring him the golden hookah. He's just popping bottles like, yo, everybody get a bottle. Yeah, bro, because I know $100,000 in India, you're like a doctor. You're damn near the president in India for $100,000 a year. You're there balling out. You know what I'm saying? Oliver Reyes is like, yo, watching from Dominican Republic. What he says is pure reality. It's true. Like, some people that don't get it, you know what I mean? I'm the only person that's gonna tell you the truth, guys. You know, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna bullshit you. And everything that I tell you is from experience, and I've seen other people have gone through it. And I've seen people that struggle here in the U.S. coming here, they leave everything behind, and they thought that everything was gonna be sweet and it's gonna be great. And when they get here, it's not what they saw on the movies. This shit is not how people picture it to you. You know, sometimes if you're in the country and you have a stable family, you have your family there, you have opportunities that you can make from there. If you have nothing over there, like let's say if I'm a dude in India and I'm living in a village, and like I gotta walk 2 miles away to go to the internet spot, and there's no future for me, yeah, I'm coming to the US. But there's dudes that are fucking in good positions in India, and they're like, well, I want to go to America. It's like, my dude, you live like a fucking king in India. Why would you come here to struggle? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like if you're in a village and you got to walk 2 miles away for internet, yeah, definitely you got to try to do whatever the hell you can to be in a better position. But if you like one of those papi and mommy kids in India that live good, your dad is a merchant and your mom is I don't know, she owns a salon or a fucking store, whatever, and you could live good over there, make money from over there, make money here, but living over there and live like a king. You know what I'm saying? Bring the golden hookah. You know what I mean? Parneep is in there like, yo, bring me the golden hookah and two. Bring me 2 models in bikinis in the golden hookah. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna go to India one day, man. I know I'm gonna have mad fun over there. All right, guys. I'm gonna see you guys later, man. We crack a lot of jokes. We have a lot of fun. But everything that I tell you guys is from the heart, man. I'm trying to help you guys out. All right? I'm gonna see you guys later. It's your boy Joe back at it again, CodingPhase.com. Peace.